Long time no see. Yeah. Hi, welcome to the channel. It's been quite a long time. Let me just address that first. Address the elephant in the room. I haven't streamed for properly for a long time now, and I'm also very eager to stream, but every time I try to stream, there have been a lot of problems, like a lot, too many to count, like too much rain, my internet not working properly. Life has been a little hectic. I had my internship last year, so I wasn't able to. Lights went out. What can you do? This happens quite often, and I have a light source in my hand. You guys will laugh at this if you see this because I forgot to bring my key light with me here. So this is the thing that I have done to get the light. So the lights went out, and this has been happening quite a lot. This is one of the reasons I haven't been able to stream. So sorry for that. Me and my sister got bikes 2-3 weeks ago, and we were planning on biking here back at the hometown since last year, but since I had internship last year, we weren't able to come back home for our summer vacations. And now that we are here, we got the bikes with us. We had a realization as both of us bought single speed cycles, as it's very hard to maintain a geared bicycle here, like a multi-speed bicycle here in our hometown. There aren't many mechanics around. If there were any problems with the derailleurs, with the shifters, we wouldn't have been able to get them fixed pretty easily. So my solution to that was just get a single speed bike and we will just power through everything. As it's I had a single speed bike. I had experience riding single speed, so I was pretty confident that we'll be able to, have fun with it. And then when we got the bikes for the first day, I was seeing my sister struggling on slight inclines. Not even big, deep inclines, just slight 2-3 degree inclines, because she did not have that proper, technique. She would have to walk her bike most of the time, which was pretty, sad, because we wanted to bike together on long trails, but we weren't able to do that. I went on a bit of a researching spree. I was looking for ways to, maximize what we have. I even called the dealer from where we got our bikes in the first place, and I was able to, we were both willing to pay extra money to get our bikes replaced for geared bikes. We weren't achieving the thing that we had always wanted with cycling, which was having fun, and we were not having fun. It was not fun at all walking your bike halfway through the distance and then biking for 20 minutes and then walking it for 40 minutes. And when we talked to the dealer, he was pretty helpful. He was willing to replace our bikes, and he was like, yeah, just get them to me. We'll inspect the bikes. If there is no damage, we'll just replace your bikes and it'll be all fine. You'll just have to pay a little bit more. But then it hit us, what are the odds if he finds some scratches, some worn down areas where he would just outright decline the bikes and not get them replaced? And it will just, waste our energy, waste our time. So I decided to look for some other routes, things that I can do to make the bike, more easier for climbs, even if we lose a little bit of speed. So while researching, I just figured if we get a smaller chainring in the front and keep the cog the same size in the back, we'll have a slightly lower gear ratio, which will allow us to pedal more easily. So I researched and looked up for crank sets that were, compatible with our bikes, and I got the Shimano SR crank set with the 32 teeth chainring, which would reduce the gear ratio significantly, which will make our bikes 20% easier to pedal. And that sounded like a right idea, so I right away ordered 2 sets of Shimano SR crank sets, and we waited for quite some days. The crank sets reached us. We went to a mechanic shop, as I didn't have the crank removal tool, crank puller crank crank puller tool. with me. So that's how we reduced the gearing on our bikes. And after that, it's been pretty nice. Like the pedaling has been very light. We rode the bikes once after that, and I have never seen like my sister rode the bike on her own from my house to around 12 kilometers. We took 3 breaks in between, just resting and drinking water. All the inclines we like plowed through them. It was so easy, and it was fun. She didn't have to walk the bike anymore, and I was also riding very, calmly. I didn't have to take more rests, and it was quite fun. And as our fitness increases, we might go back to the 42 chainring in order to get the, added benefits of having a bigger gear ratio when we are much more fit to try those gear ratios. And for now, the Shimano SR crankset has been working perfectly fine. I don't think you guys have to get the Shimano SR crankset. I just got it because I think it looked nice. You guys can get anything that will just reduce your bike's gear ratio to a much more handleable gear ratio where you'll be able to pedal up inclines without being too tired. It is a much nicer feeling. You get all the benefits of climbing gear without having to worry about the maintenance of your derailleur, your cassette, your multi-speed freewheel, or front derailleur. But with single speeds, you can be much more rough with the bike, and you don't have to worry about breaking stuff because it's very simple. You guys can fix it yourself. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to enjoy whatever you're doing in your life. And I think being able to enjoy the bike is much more fun now. We are able to ride it for longer distances without being tired as much, or without having to walk the bike. Sorry for not being able to stream. I'm working on fixing the internet. I'm working on fixing the electricity situation. Once everything is perfectly back on track, I am not going to stop. I'm going to stream. We guys are going to have fun like we used to have. And so sorry for this long of a delay. And I'll definitely post much more frequently, and I'll definitely work on many more things. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time around. Bye.